All right. It says preparing your stream. Setting up your webinar for YouTube. Done. Redirecting to YouTube.
Oh, man.
Uh-oh, look like we live.
Okay. Hey,
We live. This is Soapbox Heroes. My name is Tyrone Irvin, and this is our first show ever. Uh-oh, hold on. I got sounds coming from everywhere. Let me see. You guys can hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
All right, cool. All right, yeah, we this is our first time doing the show here on hold on, I gotta turn down some sound.
I put on my Malcolm X.
You got to put on your Malcolm X. Yeah. All right, you guys. Hey, this is our first show here on YouTube. We've been doing Soapbox Heroes now for a year on Facebook. So today we're moving over to YouTube. We're going to try to reach out to the YouTube community. Soapbox Heroes is a show where we bring different people together to show different people's perspectives. We do debates, we do sound offs, we have people come on, say how they feel, and we do all kind of stuff. So that's what we do around here. So we just kicking it off today on YouTube. And so I've seen a few YouTube videos and I've learned that I should say that hit the like, hit the subscribe, turn on the notification bell. We out here. This is the first time we've done it. I have been seeing some other people on YouTube look like they been using a little bit of what we've been doing. So now we back. We here to show people how it's really done. But this is Soapbox Heroes, and today's topic, we got Gooch the Great and Anthony Rivers, and they're going to be talking about the war on men. And I might ask a couple questions, just give a little pushback just to see where everybody's at. But that's what we're going to be at with it today. We're talking about the war on men. This is Soapbox Heroes. Hey, Gooch, take a second to introduce yourself. Let everybody know who you are.
Hey, man, I'm Gooch the Great, man. The best thing that happened to a woman is to straighten their comb. No, I'm just playing. I'm Gooch, man. Mont Brook. Just a down dude, man. I've done a lot of things in life. Started as an athlete from Inglewood, California. Got into entertainment. Was the first African-American signed to Geffen Records. Songwriting, movies, comedy, etc. So that's pretty much Gooch, man.
You were the first African-American signed to Geffen Records?
Yes, I was.
That's an accomplishment right there. I knew you had some significance with the Geffen Records. I didn't know you were the first Black person signed to Geffen Records. Gooch with the Black History. Look, breaking news. Gooch with the Black History on Soapbox Heroes. Just to crack it on.
The first African American signed to Geffen Records, and I was the first student body president of my school. So I've been the first to do a lot of things, man.
Yep, and you guys are the first guests for the launch of Soapbox Heroes here on the YouTubes. Anthony, take a second and let everybody know where you're coming from. Let everybody know who you are.
Anthony Rivers. You can find me on Facebook. I got a little page called Child Support Reform USA. It just talks about how unfair the family court system is towards men, and hoping to make some little changes, starting there. So you can always hit me up on there.
Okay. So what do you talk about? Just child support, or you give examples of cases, or what are people going to find when they go log on to your site?
What they're going to find, well, what I do is I try to keep people updated, like with the information going on with the child support. And I also like to show that, some of the wild cases that go on, and that not every mother is a good mother, man. There's like a myth that every mother is just some great mother, and every dad somehow is just a bad dad. So I like to show cases where women do off things just to kind of show that, there is some women out here that don't deserve custody, but yet they get custody. So I try to do a little bit of, stuff like that, a little bit of everything.
Okay, so yeah, you guys, if you guys get a chance, you guys can go check him out. He got that on Facebook. So look, let's go ahead and get on into it. You guys are gonna have to describe to me, Anthony, since you were the last one to leave your information. Why don't you go ahead and start off? Hey, what are you talking about? A war on men? What war on men? What's the war on men?
Well, like there's a war on men, but there's especially a war on black men, and and I got some examples, and my belief system is that the war on straight black men in particular is like, I look at straight black men as the warrior class of black society. And if you can get rid of the warrior class of any society, then there's no one to fight. And it's just, you can get rid of that race or that culture real easy. You know what I mean? So I feel like there's such an attack on us in particular because they're trying to get rid of the warrior class. So, from dressing us up like women in every movie, your Tyler Perry movies, every actor got to get in a dress.
Okay.
There's just certain things that they do to attack black men in particular.
Okay, who are they? Like, who you got to be specific when you say they?
Okay, well, when I say they, I'm talking about the elites, the people who run Hollywood. Some of these people who run some of these magazine companies. The people at the top. You know what I mean? So that's who I say when I say they. And some people like to say white supremacists, but I prefer white racists. So it just depends on how you how you like to. But the people at the top of a lot of these organizations, like Hollywood, just like with that guy who wore the dress to the little show, I can't think of what was that, Golden Globes or whatever, and he had the dress and everybody went crazy. Yeah, and made it like it was a cool thing. And I feel like that's a negative on black men. Once again, to me, that's an attack on black men. So that's just an example.
Okay, Gooch, give some examples of what you would describe of the war on men. And like I said, this show derived because we were doing another show. Like I said, for people who are watching for the first time, we did this on Facebook for a year, and we're moving it over to Soapbox. I'm moving the Soapbox Heroes now to YouTube. And Gooch had brought up a war on men, and Anthony said, "You know what? I want to jump on that." Gooch, let us know what's the war on men.
Well, I agree with Anthony so heartedly. There's when we say war on men. He went into the African American side, which I'll dwell on too, but it's a war on manhood, period. Okay. Whenever you start going to war with men of power, not only the black men, there are white men right now in the media who are going through things like simple shit as touching a woman. Women want to be touched. Women wear sexy garments so we can react to them. Women wear fitting things so we can be like, oh, baby, that's nice. When you take that out of society, that becomes a war on men. Now, power can only be taken through bloodshed, through power. What's going on in our society that's wrong is that we're giving people power and a voice that didn't fight for it. Now, once that's given to someone and they abuse it, they'll soon find out they'll be taken back. When it was a straight attack on black men, no one really cared. But now that you're messing with powerful white men, it's about to be a problem because you can't go against the infrastructure. You can't go into the jungle. For example, a gazelle can't go to a lion and tell a lion how to hunt a lion. You can't tell me that. That's not how it works. However, the lion attacks that gazelle, that's just the natural food chain. You can't go to a man and say, this is how you do this. That's not how it works. And once you give the weak power, then it's not going to work. Now, get back to what Anthony was saying, the black male structure, if you look at our TV right now, we don't have any alpha males. There's no more James from Good Times on TV. Everybody on TV now is basically a watered down, neutered black male.
Okay, Gooch, for the youngsters that might be watching, explain James on Good Times. What are the characteristics of James, just so people know exactly
James what you're talking about? No nonsense black man who didn't take shit from anybody. He didn't bow down. When he said go to bed, everybody went to bed. I don't give a fuck if it was fish in the tank. If he said go to sleep, nigga, the fish stopped swimming. You know what I mean? It was a man being a man. Now we've taken that and we say, oh, that's too tough. That's too harsh. That's giving him too much power. So now we have the Don Lemons, we have the Will Smiths, we have the Barack Obamas, we have the Jamie Foxxes, we have the Terry Crews, and here lately we even have Jussie Smollett, the watered down, neutered black male, and that's who they want to be in position.
Okay. Why? Anthony said something about the warrior class, you guys. Why do they want to take away the warrior class? Like, what would be the reasoning? What would be the intent of them wanting to take away? Well, Anthony said the warrior class, and Gooch kind of touched on everybody. He said this war is on men in general. Anthony, why would they be coming after the warrior class?
Well, I agree with what he's saying. It is a war on men. I was just going more into the black men at the time, but I agree there is a war on all men. But the reason why I talk about particularly the black male and the warrior class black men is because if you want to take down a race of people, the best way to do it is get rid of the warrior class. So if you look, for example, like with the Jussie Smollett situation, Vibe magazine put out an article called it said straight black men silence on Jussie Smollett's attack is a racism attack or whatever is dangerous. So once again, somehow him doing what he did, which we know now, I mean, he just got off somehow, but I got my theory behind that. But even that situation somehow turned into an attack on straight black men. This guy setting up his own little attack. Somehow Vibe magazine was able to turn that into an attack on straight black men. And then you also have the white liberal owned Root, who put out an article that Jamel Hill reposted on her Twitter. I can't stand Jamel Hill, which says straight black men are the white people of black people. So these articles that are coming out from
straight black men are what?
Are the white people of black people.
Oh, okay. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, and that's the Root. You can look this up. Jamel Hill posted it. But it's just another example of how you can say whatever you want about black men, straight black men in particular, and they're pushing these type of agendas. So, that to me is just another level of showing how they operate and how they're attacking straight black men. And if you get rid of
another example, Anthony, just a couple of days ago, they had the McDonald's All-American game. Now, of course, McDonald's, they highlight and they showcase the best high school basketball players in the world. Now, you have these high school guys who are incredible athletes. They had motherfuckers jumping over 4 and 5 people, 360s and everything. A bitch gets on there and does a simple one-handed dunk, and they said she won. That type of shit is disrespectful.
Well, is it because just the simple feat that she could won that a woman could dunk that she won? Like that takes extensive effort in itself. And hold on one second, Gooch. Judas Yasharla says he wanted me to ask you, Gooch, make him explain that power can only be gained through bloodshed. So finish up what you were saying about that. And somebody wants to know what you mean when you said that power can only be gained through bloodshed. And you guys go ahead and hit that subscribe button out there. Go ahead, Gooch.
Yashara, I didn't get her whole name, but in order to take something back, there must be bloodshed. No one's just going to give it to you. For a perfect example, whenever a country is taken over, no one just says, hey, here's our country, and hands it to them. No, it's a war. People die for it. That's the only way it's truly yours. If there's no bloodshed, it's not a true victory. So don't ever think just because someone says, hey, you guys, these poor girls, they can't pick this up. We need to give them a chance. That's giving you something. Oh, these class of people, they can't afford this. That's giving you something. If you really want something, be willing to die for it. These people over here, Yeah, they're a little different than everybody else. Let's give them the Barack Obama thing, giving them laws and everything. No one died for it. So until someone dies for it and there's some bloodshed, and I guarantee if they got on the news today and said, you know what, let's stop being nice. Let's stop all the bullshit. Let's have a gender war. All the motherfuckers be like, well, no, we really don't want it like that because you don't want those problems. A lot of people want power, but they're not willing to die for it. Black people, when it comes to freedom, if they said, let's go to war, we'll be like, hey, fuck it, let's do it. Let's mount up. Mexicans, about this wall, if they say, hey, if you don't want this wall, let's go to war. Mexicans will be like, hey, okay, let's go. Because they're willing to die for it. I highly doubt if they said, women, if y'all want to be presidents and CEOs, let's die, let's go to war. Well, we don't really want it like that. Because they don't want those problems. It's just in domestic violence. I've heard a lot of officers say they go to a home where men and women have gotten into fights, and they'll say, okay, we're going to take the man to jail. And the woman will be like, yeah, that's the right thing to do. Well, once the dude says, well, hey, she hit me too. And they go to the woman and say, ma'am, do me a favor, turn around. What are you doing? Well, he has a scar. You need to go. Okay, he doesn't have to go now. Once you talk about putting them in some type of danger, they don't want those problems. And that's the average person. So until you're ready to die for something, shut the fuck up.
Okay, I hope that he properly explained to it. And that was Judas Yasharla. I hope he properly explained
Judas
it.
Yasharla.
Yeah,
and you're probably a nice feminist, and you're probably a nice looking lady. Hopefully you don't have a weave. But if you ever want to dialogue with me, you're more than welcome to dialogue with me on Facebook or whatever. But all I'm saying, sweetie, by no means am I being misogynist or anything. I'm just being a realist. Until you're ready to die for something, shut the fuck up. I'm pretty sure you're a woman and you think women should have equal rights. But you can't have it both ways. If you want equal rights, you got to be able to take equal less. Equal rights, equal fights. You want equal pay, you got to take an ass whooping like dudes do. Anything that we go through, you have to be willing to go through it. If you can't do that, shut the fuck up. That's all I'm saying.
All right, Gooch. Look, speaking on that, lately, last week in Texas, there was a guy and he hit a woman. And at first it came out, it seemed like he just beat up the woman. Then this news broke. They said that she hit him first. In that situation, was he wrong for reacting the way that he was? And like I said, and the reason I asked, because when we talk about a war on men, it seems like maybe his reaction was a frustration to the things that women are getting away with.
Once someone hits you, you have the right to defend yourself. That's called self-defense.
Okay.
Now, there's no such thing as you reacted the wrong way. What they're trying to say is, for example, if you took a knife out your pocket and you stabbed me, what they're basically saying is, I only have the right to get a knife to stab you. That's not how self-defense works. If you go into your pocket and you pull out a knife, I now have the ability to pull out a gun and blow your brains out. I don't have to match your aggression with the same aggression. You see what I'm saying? If you hurt my dog, I'm going to kill your cat. Once the war is on, the war is on. Here we are, the United States. There are countries that we fight with that don't have tanks, they don't have ships or anything. All they have is their guns. Some of the countries we go to war with, all they do is pick up pebbles and throw at our tanks when we're over there. We have bombs and we flatten those countries. Once the war is on, the war is on. So basically, if you don't want to get hit, don't hit anybody.
What do you think, Anthony? Do you think he was justified for his reaction, or do you think that he shouldn't have done that because she was a woman?
Well, yeah. I believe that if a woman, I teach my daughters this, so this is no joke. I got a 19-year-old daughter, and I teach her never get in a man's face and never swing on a man. Now, if a man is swinging on you and you got to do what you got to do, that's a whole nother thing. But never get in a man's face and never swing on a man. I feel like this society is teaching women to be unaccountable. They try to teach the man, well, if a woman is swinging on you, and even if she has the strength to black your eye, to cut your face, you're supposed to be a real man. You got to sit up there and take the beating. You know what I mean? and that makes you a real man. I don't believe that. Like, no one should put their hands on you, no matter who it is. And if we're going to be equal in this society, as a lot of women claim they want to be, well, that's an equal ass whooping. If you get the swinging your fist at somebody.
So equality also includes the equality of the physicality of a fight. So that's what you
motherfucking right. You goddamn right. Look, I teach my daughter, a silent woman has no bruises. If you don't say shit, more than likely you won't get hit. A silent woman has no bruises.
What if she has a reason to say something? Should she never say anything?
Is she ready for the physical altercation?
Okay. Like I said, I'm just here, dude. I'm just here for just a little bit of pushback. Again, this is about what you guys want to say, and again, we letting people get some perspective. If you guys out there, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit something. Just don't hit the person next to you if they didn't do nothing to you. Go ahead, Anthony.
When you go to the zoo, do you just jump over that rail and start poking the lion?
No.
Or are you afraid that something might happen?
Yes, I will not jump over the rail and poke the lion.
They need to look at us as lioness.
Okay. All right. Hey, you guys.
Hold on. One more thing. And it's about respect. When the police jump out the car and say, "Hey, bitch, shut up. Put your hands up." They don't talk that. Some of them do, but they end up going to jail. But give us the same respect that you give them. When they say, "Hey, ladies, do me a favor. Let me see your license. Let me see your registration." Yes, sir. No, sir. It's about respect. And when you respect anybody, more than likely the situation goes with.
Okay.
Once you bring aggression, you can't get mad at us for countering with aggression. Because we're the most aggressive people on earth. That's why we are who we are.
And you're saying that the aggression don't have to match. If somebody aggresses you in a certain fashion, then your aggression back in return can exceed their aggression. Nobody ever said that aggression had to be equal.
Here's the thing. And it's not that we're wild people. Here's the thing. We're bigger and stronger. So, of course, when we hit, the force is going to be a lot stronger because we're bigger and stronger. To stop that is to leave it alone. Just give us the same respect that you would give a law officer. That's all I'm saying. You can't. Now, a lot of people say, well, if she hits you, it doesn't hurt. It's still a hit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? A little kid, it only takes 3 pounds of pressure to knock somebody out.
So you saying you can't determine somebody else's reaction, and Judas says that Judas is a man. Go ahead, Anthony. What were you saying?
Yeah, and somebody could poke. A chick could poke you in the eye. It's so many things that could go wrong. It might not be as hard as Mike Tyson hitting me or hitting a man, but if they poke you in the eye or hit you in the nose the right way, they could break your nose. So at the end of the day, a woman should always keep them hands to themselves. And you have a lot of women out here.
So what about the age-old rule? What about the age-old adage that you never put your hands on a woman? Never.
That played out with the feminist movement.
So that played out with the feminist movement. How did the feminist movement destroy that?
That played out after 911. When women had the ability to start dialing 911, that shit played out.
What do you mean when they had the ability to start dialing 911?
No, see, you can ask your grandmother. For those who still have grandmothers they can talk to, they had relationships that lasted 40, 50, 60 years. Why? Because you had to work things out. Women knew there wasn't a police department coming to help you. I remember a time when a woman could call the police on a man, the cops would get there, her nose could be running, black eye could be black. You know what the cops would say? Well, ma'am, what did you do to him to make him do this? There was none of that. Excuse me, sir, turn around on. What did you do to make him hit you? Well, I cooked the dinner late. Well, ma'am, you need to, y'all need to fix it up. There used to be a time to where you had to talk things out. Now we live in a world of replace. Everything's instant gratification, whether you're online or whatever. We don't have any more TV repair shops. If your flat screen go out, you throw the motherfucker away, you go get another flat screen. If the computer goes bad, you throw the motherfucker away, you get a new computer. We've lived in the replacement world now. We don't live in the fix-it world. And the same thing is going on with our relationships. When people argue now, they no longer sit down and try to, plan it out or get through it. Man, fuck that bitch. And she's like, fuck that nigga, and you get a new person. So everything is replaced and not fixed. And that's the world that we live in.
Yeah. What about, there's a lot of people, Gooch, that would say that it's just that now things are getting more even, that women are just getting hot, just changing the playing field, changing the paradigm because the men have so much power.
Then you got to deal with that ass whooping. If you want equal playing field, then show me. Take this ass whooping. We don't mind it being equal playing field. They're gonna
say that men are naturally more powerful, so that isn't fair because men naturally have more.
That has nothing to do with us. We can't help what we are when we're born.
Okay.
That's the way equality works is when it's all the way across the board. Equal rights, equal fight.
All right, Anthony, let me ask you a question. Do you feel like, far as a war on men, do women have a lack of accountability? Is that a part of a war on men, or is that something totally separate? Because I've had that conversation with you before in the past. So do you think that that's a part of the war on men? Is women having a lack of accountability? And do you feel women have a lack of accountability?
Well, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of both ways when it comes to that. Is that part of the war on men? Because women, for example, they can get pregnant, get free household, get free everything. But if a man is in bad shape, he can live on the street. So, it's a little difference. But I do feel like women have a lack of accountability. Just like, for example, you look at this Amanda Seales. Huh?
Look at the Cardi B.
Yeah, I'm about to go into that. I'm about to name off two situations. You look at the Amanda Seales situation where she tried to get the black doctor fired from his job by making it seem like he had sexually harassed a whole bunch of women and sexually harassed her. Come to find out, that never happened. She didn't go to jail. Nothing's happened to her. She didn't lose any endorsements. Matter of fact, I seen a commercial on YouTube after that with her in a commercial called Black Girl Magic. They had a Black Girl Magic commercial with Amanda Seales.
So there was no ramifications for what she was saying, none whatsoever.
No ramifications for what she was saying. She still got her show on HBO or whatever, her little comedian show, whatever. There's no ramifications. And like Gooch was just saying about the Cardi B situation, Cardi B just admitted that she used to drug men and rob them. She got Pepsi commercials. She's got a Reebok endorsement, Pepsi endorsement. You don't hear nothing from the Me Too movement. You don't hear nothing from the Time's Up movement. You don't hear anything. So to me, that just teaches women you can do whatever the hell you want.
What about people? People are going to say that nobody's came out yet and nobody's come forward yet. So does that make a difference? Go ahead, Gooch.
Okay, remember in the song, I took her home and I did that. She didn't even know it. Remember Rick Ross?
Rick Ross, yeah.
He rapped and said, I took her home and I did that. She didn't even know it.
Uh-huh.
That's a rap song, and they made him apologize. Yeah. Cardi B committed, she did this in a crime. She confessed. I used to take men, drug them, and rob them. That wasn't a rap song. She was actually saying what she did. And she still has Pepsi. She still has her endorsement. You let a guy do that. As a matter of fact, let me say it on here now. And by the time we get off the show, you'll hear.
Oh, man.
As a matter of fact, I'll put it to the test. I used to rape bitches.
Don't do it.
I used to give them Visine and rape bitches. I guarantee you the next 5 minutes, either you're going to hear a kick at the door or police department. But she did the same thing, and it's really sad to see bitches stand for it. No girls are saying, hey, sister, that's not the right thing to do.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, they're defending
her. They're defending ignorance.
Yeah, they're defending her.
That's what we're saying as far, yeah.
Yeah, it goes. And one thing too. And one second, I'm just gonna throw something in there, and then right back to it. They're both also, Rick Ross was signed to not Adidas, to Reebok, and I was reading that Cardi B is also signed to Reebok, and they haven't done anything. Reebok hasn't done anything to Cardi B yet. That's far as from what I've heard so far. So that is that another example of what you guys are talking about when you guys are talking about, you know, the lack of accountability. Go ahead, Anthony.
Yeah, that's definitely part of what I'm talking about, man. You're not gonna see a documentary surviving Cardi B. You're not gonna see any of these type of situations coming out how they're doing a lot of these black men. And then on top of that, Cardi B also just posted a video where she's telling people if your man cheat on you, she's gonna act like everything is cool, tell him that she's gonna take him home, and have a threesome, but she's gonna have a transvestite there and basically have him have sex with a trainee.
Wait, hold on. Rewind that.
The video's out right now. You can look it up. He's not lying.
She said what?
She will tell you you're having a threesome and bring a tranny home and let a tranny suck your dick.
Yeah, because
she gonna get somebody hurt. She gonna get somebody hurt.
That's what I was about to say. That's the problem. There's a lot of men that if that happened to, they might just wake up and kill a bunch of people. You know what I mean?
And here's the fucked up thing. If a nigga woke up and did that, he'll go to prison. They'll say, you did the wrong thing. You should have called the cops. You should have left. Man, fuck all that. We're about to hold court right here. Somebody about to die.
Yeah, exactly. And I just feel like she's promoting this type of activity. And the sad thing is, there's women out here who will listen to that, and I'm almost willing to bet. I'm almost willing to bet anything. Somebody's going to go out and try that. And the thing is, if somebody gets hurt, Cardi B is not going to suffer any of the consequences. So it's just, this unaccountability that they're teaching women in this society is getting ridiculous.
Okay. Hold on, let me say this. I want all the bitches watching right now. I'm bringing it close to my face. You try that with me, you're going to wake up dead. I'm not going to play with you. I'm not, hey, let me see. Because once I bless you, some funeral home about to dress you. I'm not playing with you. I don't play those type of games. You know what I mean? I was born in an apartment. You're going to die in a house. Don't play with me, ho. It's about to be a major problem. Do not play with me. I'm bringing it close to me. We're not about to play those type of games, man.
All right, Anthony. Give me some examples of the war on men. So if you're looking out, give me in layman's terms. So what would I see to where I would recognize, wow, this is a war on men. This is something that's being done in attempts to war against men.
Okay. Well, I've already talked about the articles that are getting put out about straight black men. Anytime something goes wrong, somehow straight black men are the problem. Another situation is when men have children, we don't get any visitation, no custody, no nothing, and you got to battle, spend thousands of dollars, and go through hell to get visitation to a child that belongs to you. That kid comes from me and the woman, but I got to go through all hell to get visitation or even to see my child. But the first thing they do is take that to their damn child support money. So I just feel like that's another example of how there's a war on men, that they can take our children from us and make us fight to see our own children.
Anthony, what they say is they do that because they say the men was walking out on the kids in the first place. What about that? The men was walking out, so they had to give them to the women. They didn't have no choice, Anthony.
Man, look, it's 9 women to every man. Well, some bitches gonna get walked out on mathematically by default, just by the numbers.
So you saying simply by the numbers, some women gonna get left because there's more men than women, Gooch? Break that down a little bit.
Man, let me tell you something. It's 9 women to every man, and we have to fuck these hoes. Somebody gonna get walked out on.
Somebody gonna get walked out on you. So basically, you call it the nature. What you call it, Anthony? What would be your answer to that? They say that men leave. That's why women started getting the kids.
I agree with that. I agree with part of that because at the end of the day, you got a lot of these women who get comfortable, and this feminist movement then creeped in where women feel like they can talk to you crazy. But when you got 8 other options out here, like you said, 9 to 1, that I go somewhere else, there's a woman treating me nice and treating me better, 9 out of 10 times, I'm gonna head on over there. You know what I mean? So that's also a part of it. You know what I mean? Like, you know, and then the other part of it is a lot of these women, nobody ever wants to talk about this. I'm so tired of hearing that the man just walked out. Some of these women just ain't shit. You know what I mean? Like, they don't want to clean.
But they've never said
they
that.
want to talk to you crazy. Like, you never hear that. You never hear, anytime a father's not around, nobody ever questions why he's not around. What's wrong with the woman? You never hear that. All you hear is, oh, he's a deadbeat, or oh, he's this, or oh, he's that. What about the women who cheat on their man? I know, I got some friends who go through hell. You know what I mean? Women sneaking out on them and everything. So, you know, what about those situations when a woman
the average bitch has about 4 to 5 men that wash up in their sink and wash their dick with their son's school clothes 3 times a week.
Wait. Hold on, you guys. Hey, you guys over here in the live chat, make sure you guys chat it up, because the more you chat, the more people get it, the more it spreads. So you guys chat it up. You guys make sure that you guys hit subscribe. Gooch, repeat that one more time.
There's a lot of women who keep saying the daddy not shit, your daddy not shit. But it's about 3 to 5 niggas to come over and wash up in your sink and skeet on your kids' baby clothes every day.
But what about some people gonna say that they still don't mean that that's a bad mom, that her life outside, she could still be a good mom even if she's promiscuous?
That's that new shit. The bottom line is you a hoe. Let's not stop the real. You a hoe.
All right. Hey, you guys, what do you guys know about the MGTOW movement? What you know about the MGTOW movement, Gooch, and how do you feel about it?
What is the MGTOW movement? That sounds like some gay shit.
Is men going their own way?
I was raised in that. I'm gonna go my own way regardless.
Explain.
Look, man. Men have a certain code that we live by. It's a certain type of honor. You're not about to talk to me crazy. If we're not fucking, we're not friends. I'm just gonna go my own way. Cool.
No platonic friendships, Gooch?
With ugly bitches only. That's the only way I could. If it's an ugly fat bitch or something like that, yeah, we can just be friends. But I'm not about to be around no bad hoes and not get no pussy. That defeats the purpose. Who does that? You think I'm gonna just walk into a smorgasbord and not be hungry? Fuck, what I do that for?
Okay, you got your reasons. I know you get it how you live, Anthony. What do you think about the MGTOW movement?
I mean, you know, I think it's cool because you know, a lot of the MGTOW movement, I mean, they still mess with chicks and still date chicks, but you know, it's more about keeping your own place, not just having kids with any old woman out here. You know, don't be out here having kids with women. So there's a lot of things that's good about it. You know what I mean? You know, making sure you stay financially stable where you never have to depend on a woman, you know, having your own place at all times. Because how can you be a king without your own castle? You know what I mean? So I like the MGTOW movement. You know what I mean? There's a lot that can be learned from it. You know, sometimes it's best for a man just to have his own place, do his own thing. You know, that way he's never in a situation where he's trapped or falls into a trap. You know, so I like the MGTOW movement.
Yeah, I like it too.
You like it too? Hey, I got a message here. It says these are just some angry men. Why are they so angry? Are you guys just a couple of angry men?
I don't know, because I feel like everything I'm saying, I can show facts behind it. So I don't see how I'll be angry because I can show facts behind everything I'm saying.
Usually when people say just a bunch of angry men, it's from a fat bitch with a weave. So I don't have to explain anything.
So that's what normally say it. All right, Anthony, drop something.
Look at her profile pic, and I bet she either have a weave or she borderline diabetic. I guarantee it.
So look at her profile pic. All right, you know who you are. Let him know if he's right or if he's wrong. And hey, Anthony, drop some of them facts just so people would know that what you're saying is factually based. Because again, you got somebody that think you're just an angry man, and if you got some facts, drop some of the facts. Let them know where you're coming from.
Because when men get facts, they're an angry man. If you don't go to the way they want you to think, Now, if I was a borderline homosexual ass motherfucker, and I'm like, yeah, women are the mother of the earth, they're like, oh, he's so darling. And now I'm saying, fuck you, bitch, you're nothing. Go kill yourself. He's an angry man. Okay, I'll be that. That's cool.
Anthony, drop some of them facts.
Well, just one fact is that why do women get full custody of the child from birth? Like, why, and child support from birth? Like, why, to me, that's unfair. To me, that's an attack on manhood and fatherhood. So that's one situation that I'm totally disgusted with. That makes me, I'm never going to have any more children because I don't want to ever be put through hell dealing with none of these broads. So that's one thing. Another thing is, like I said before, with these news articles, like when Jussie Smollett got attacked, how Vibe put out an article talking about straight black men not defending Jussie Smollett is dangerous. So I don't know how that we became a problem in that. The Roots magazine, like I already stated, talking about straight black men or the white people of black people. That's, these are type of articles, and there's more articles. I mean, you can just go see all the articles bashing straight black men and black men in particular. Just the fact that every single time, there's something going on with black men, nobody defends us. Nobody defends us. That's something I've been noticing too that really kind of disgusts me, like, is how you never hear black women defending black men like that. Like when Nicki, when this is something I want to talk about too that really disturbs me. And I'm not saying there aren't some black women out here to do it, but it's so small that they don't even get heard. Because, for example, I don't know if you guys seen that situation where BET posted on Twitter, Cardi B basically like talking bad about Nicki Minaj. Like she something about, I forget the exact words because I don't really be trying to memorize all this shit. But it was basically like you can look it up and see what I'm talking about. But BET, because Nicki Minaj said she was gonna boycott BET or not go to an award or not do a show or something like after that, because BET posted something on Twitter talking about basically, talking about Cardi B dragging Nicki Minaj or some shit like that. I don't know how they, the little lame terms they use, but they were basically dissing Nicki Minaj. Black women got on Cardi B's Instagram page so heavy, going crazy over that Cardi B had to deactivate her Instagram account. She had to deactivate it. You can look this shit up. She had to deactivate it for a few days because black women were getting on her page and going so in on her. But you don't see the same type of aggression when it's going on black men. They don't put out that same type of energy. So I would like to talk to the black women in particular. Use that same energy when black men are being attacked. Use that same energy that you had when you're going at Cardi B for Nicki Minaj. We need that too. And on top of that,
you know what?
Go ahead, Gooch. Go ahead, Gooch. And I see you guys over there in the live chat. I'm gonna get to some of these comments in a quick second. Go ahead, Gooch.
No, we don't need to. Just leave us alone.
Yeah, I mean,
Go ahead.
I just feel like, you're fine. I just feel like they always telling black men, just like T.I. just did. T.I. just said black men need to protect black women. So if you want us to protect you, you got to do the same shit. That's all I got to say. Like,
so you're saying that women need to put out the same energy that they want to get from black men? That's a good question. And look, you guys over there, hit that subscribe button if you're watching. Buddy Love says, and I think this is to you, Gooch. He says, every man has knocked him some ugly ones off before. He says, so every man that knocked him off an ugly one, Gooch.
When it comes to that, ugly bitches are kind of like practice. Every athlete goes to practice. You know what I mean? Every superstar has rehearsal. We're not fucking with them when it's game time. We're not fucking with them when it's time to shine in the finals. Yeah, look, for cardio purposes, nigga, I'll fuck a snake if you hold his mouth open. Yes, no doubt about it. But I'm not choosing no ugly bitch to take out from flying by.
John Ward says, I had to pay my child support when my son's mother was still pregnant. So I got he's super bleeped. I was 5 months behind before my son was even born. Wow, John. John also says, oh, that's JJ funny. He also says, they always want us to treat them like queens, but they treat black men like the court gestures.
Okay, do you know what a queen is?
Define it for us, Gooch.
The king's bitch. That's it.
Yeah, and I don't refer to black women as queens. Yeah, and I don't refer to black women as queens and goddesses and all that shit. I don't do that because you'll never see no queen twerking their ass all on the internet. You know what I mean? Like, so everybody can damn see it. You know what I mean? Like, that to me, that's not queen-like behavior. So I'm not about to run around and be calling everybody queens and goddesses and all that if you twerking your ass all on the internet for everybody to see. Like, that's not queen-like behavior. You know what I mean? So just because you black don't mean I'm about to come up here and say, oh, you the goddess of the earth. No, hell no, I don't believe that.
All right, babe. So how do you tie all that to a war against men? Because are these two separate situations? Again, because are we talking about women and their accountability and the war against men, or is it combined somehow?
Well, now I'm going to go back to the Anthony thing. Our sisters are the only people that try to compete against their men. You don't see Asian women trying to compete against Asian men. You don't see white women trying to compete against white men. They love for their men to have power because they understand that if their man is shining, they reap the benefits of him shining. In our world, we have women who could try to compete against us.
Okay, you got something you want to follow up with that? Was you done, Gooch?
No, go ahead.
Oh, I was reading it. Judas says, men don't need women to defend them. I agree with Gooch.
There you go, Judas.
There you go, Judas.
My thing is this. Like I said, this is all I'm basically saying. I don't believe men need women to defend them. What I'm saying is this. If you want me to defend you, if black women want black men to defend them, like T.I. was saying we should be out here doing, I want the same treatment. So when next time you see somebody like Jamel Hill post a tweet, straight black men or the white people of black people, I want to see some black women on there getting on her ass. You know what I mean? Not sitting up here still liking every damn tweet and promoting her.
Look, man,
that's all I'm saying.
As far as late news, the only sister I've really felt bad for in the news lately was that old woman that got stomped out on the bus, on the train,
on the subway.
That kind of touched me. Mm-hmm. Other than that, I'm like, I asked questions like, and even that, I highly doubt that young man got on the subway train, and just started kicking her. By no means am I defending what he did. I think it's wrong. A 78-year-old lady.
Okay.
But we're not looking at the whole picture. What about if that old woman killed his mom 30 years ago and he witnessed it? Or that old woman got drunk 20 years ago when she was 58 and had vehicular manslaughter and killed that man's mom. And he was in the courtroom and saw that woman got let go, or she only got a year probation. And he said in his head, when I see that woman, I'm going to kick the shit out of her. We don't know what led to that.
So we don't know the background. We don't know what
all we saw was a man stomping the old woman out. And once again, for those watching, I am not defending what he did, but there's a reason for everything. Now, he might not have that reason. He just might be an evil motherfucker. So I can't defend it 100%. But just think to yourself, what if he did see that woman kill his mom or kill his child?
Okay. How do you, again, we talked about it earlier. What do you feel about the woman in Dallas who approached the man? And like I said, they say that she hit him first, but then a lot of people feel that she went overboard on him. You don't feel that he went overboard at all?
No, because she hit him first. Self-defense is self-defense. Okay, so I have a sister. My sister is 6'2", played in the WNBA 14 years.
Okay.
She's a big girl. Wait, how much you weigh, Wick? My sister is a retired WNBA player, 6'2", 315. That's bigger than a lot of niggas that play for the Detroit Lions right now. So you trying to tell me if my sister came here right now and slapped me, I can't beat her down? That's a nigga. 6'2", 315?
But some people should say that maybe you should defend yourself, but just with equal force. Or just neutralize the situation, being that you're a man.
No, man. Man, look, don't kill themselves. That shit's over with. Equal rights killed all that. Now, if we still lived in the time where women couldn't vote and they were still humble, I would say, hey, man, you're too hard on that sister, man. But it's bitches to talk more shit than niggas now. You got to take that L to learn. That's the only way she's going to learn.
You got to take the L to learn. Anthony, you want to follow up on that?
Yeah, I'm just going to say, like, another thing, too, is, like, when we talk about the attack on black men, and when I talk about the warrior class, you know, black women, you know, hanging with these homosexuals. Now, I know a lot of people gonna get mad at this. I'm not bashing homo. You always got to say this nowadays. Otherwise,
no, on this show, you don't have to do all that. We're not gonna block you. Go hard, brother. Go hard, brother.
All right. Well,
since it's Soapbox Heroes, you do say what you feel. That's how we go. Go ahead.
Black women hanging with these homosexuals too is real bad for the black community as a whole. You know, because, you know, you see a lot of these black women, especially down in Atlanta and places like that, they got to have a gay friend like a purse. And then you're taking these type of gay men around, or transvestites or whatever, around your kids and stuff like that. And what kind of behavior are you teaching? And then you got the media, every time a black man gets seen in a dress, he becomes a hero, or they make it front page news. You know, I feel like they're pushing that agenda on our people for a reason. So, you know, to me, that's an attack on black men. You know what I mean? Right. And it's really an attack on our race as a whole, but especially an attack on black men. So I feel like we have to stop that type of behavior too. That's something that really bothers me. And I feel like, you know, we got to stop normalizing this type of activity. You know, if somebody's going to be that way, don't have them around your kids when they, you know, and have them teaching your kids that behavior is cool. And when you got a best friend who's a transvestite or a homosexual or whatever, and you bring them around your kids, what are you teaching your kids? So my suggestion is to a lot of these black men, if you see these women, I don't care how fat her ass is or how good she looks, if she hanging out with homosexuals and transgenders and all that, if you have a kid with her, your kid's going to be around that. So that's just something to think about.
Right. Okay. And can I say this? I want.
Go ahead, Gooch, you got it.
I want to say this because I have to wrap it up. Tyrone, it's always a pleasure to be in your show, and you are a noble dude, man. I've checked your post out, and you say a lot of deep shit, and I think I want people to follow your page. And for the people who are in the chat room watching, man, I'm Gooch. You can find me at Lamont Gooch Brooks on Facebook, at Gooch the Great on IG, and Lamont Gooch 31 on Instagram. I want you guys to follow me, man, because the same person you see right here, I'm the same person on my page. Is probably a little bit harder. But I want to say thank you, man, for having me on the show, man. I really, really appreciate it. If you need me every week, I'm here for you. And if you need me, I'm here for you. Judas,
I appreciate it,
in the chat room, man. You know, thanks for the questions. All the people in the chat room, thanks for your questions. Even the fat bitch with the weed that said we were mean black men. Thank you, baby. I appreciate you.
Gooch.
The Asian people at Sally's appreciate you.
Gooch.
All the overseas to cut their hair off and sacrifice their hair so it can smell like weed and Hennessy when you get it. They appreciate you. Follow me. I love y'all.
Gooch, before you go real quick, let me ask you one question because this was going to be the final question. Just give me
go ahead.
Thoughts and jump off. What do you think about the whole feminizing of the men and the feminizing of the boys? Is that a part of, how does that correlate with the war on men, with these men dressing like women now? A lot of people say they did it in Rome. What are you guys acting all are shocked about? It isn't really new. So how is that part of a war on men? What do you think about that?
I'm happy that you said they did it in Rome, and this is how I'm going to sum it up. We're not Roman. We're African. We don't do that. That's not our get down. You know what I mean?
Goose the Great.
I love y'all, man. I got your back like scoliosis. One love, y'all.
Gooch. Appreciate it, Gooch.
Later.
Anthony, give us your thoughts
on
that.
Gooch. I'll see you later, Gooch, man. Take it easy.
All right, Gooch.
I mean, I'm just going to say, man, that, you know, in every society, you got to have a warrior class of men, you know. And when you feminize the men like that, you know, you're destroying your own warrior class. And somebody in the comments said, well, I don't want, you know, I don't need black women to defend me and all that. Well, that's cool. Well, black women act like they need us to defend them, you know, and some of them will just use the cops nowadays. But, you know, at the end of the day, you know, if we allow our men to be feminized and promote that real heavy, we're dooming ourselves. So I'm just not with it. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, you know, I'm not saying go out here, harass homosexuals and transgenders or nothing like that. But you got to keep it away from your kids, man, especially when they're young and they're easily influenced. You know, I just feel like, you know, that's why if you really pay attention, all these athletes, Shaquille O'Neal, Charles Barkley, you know, all these actors, Jamie Foxx, you know, they all end up having to get in a dress at some point in time. You know,
that's part of the war on men.
Yeah, that's part of the war on black men. Yeah, especially black men. Okay. You look at Tyler Perry. He made $1 billion off of dressing up like a woman. And then the thing is, I've always believed this. Tyler Perry is not laughing with you, black woman. He's laughing at you. He makes a mockery out of black women when he dresses up like that. Like, you know, grandma
deal with the loud, what she's loud, and it's a character of what people of a stereotypical black woman. So you saying that's not really how all black women went. So he's basically making fun of you. He made a caricature of you and he's giggling at you behind all of it.
And then got rich out of it. And that's why he's the first, even before Spike Lee, he's the first black man with his own Hollywood studio, because he's made such a mockery of black women with that Madea Goes to Jail, like Madea carrying a gun in her purse, you know, just everything about that dude is just so off to me. So it's just, you know, I just feel like, you know, feminizing black men is just another way of destroying us, you know. So I just feel like, you know, as a whole, we gotta definitely stay away from that. And black women especially have to stay away from that, because, you know, 70% of these black women are having kids without the man around and without no man around. So, like I said before, with great responsibility, what's the saying? I always mess up on that saying.
With great, what is it, Dad? With great what? With great what requires with great responsibility? We lost two. With great blessings or with great wealth requires great responsibility. I get what you're trying. I catch your drift.
Oh, that's what it is. With great power comes great responsibility.
My pops say if you want a lot, it requires a lot. If that's the acronym that you're looking for, I have to get the acronym thesaurus to kick in. Is that what you're
Yeah, with great power comes great responsibility. That's what it is. It's late. I've been up since 5 this morning. But at the end of the day, you know, you're raising these black boys. And even if you're by yourself, even if you want to act like the man which is a deadbeat, he took off, you still can do a better job by what you watch around the children, who you have around the children, especially young boys and young girls, is important. So at the end of the day, I just feel like watching these Madeas all day with your son in the house, watching all these, you know, having transgender friends and gay friends over at your house around your son, it's just bad for business, and I just think you shouldn't do it.
All right. Well, Anthony, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up, man. I want to thank you. I want to thank everybody who watched. Judas, I want to thank you for watching. Joseph Howard, you came over from Facebook. Thank you, man. I want to thank you for watching. Everybody, Buddy Love, I want to thank you for watching. Everybody who watched. Thank you. JJ Funny, JJ Too Funny 15. Thank you for watching. Anthony, Robert hit me on the jack and he said that he hope you're ready for tomorrow, everybody. Anthony has a debate tomorrow with Robert Kelly on can the political system work for Black people. It's going to be a good debate. We're going to have some rules and some parameters to the debate. Like I said, we've been doing this for a year now today on Facebook. So we're not new to this. We true to this. We want to ask that you guys come over and be a part of it, hit subscribe. But yeah, Anthony, Robert said he hoped that you prepared, man. He hit me on the jack. Yeah, he's truly ready, man.
Yeah, it's light work. I'm ready.
Yeah, all right, man. Hey, I hear you. So we're going to do that tomorrow. We're going to do that at 8 o'clock Central. We're going to do a 6 on the West, 9 on the East, right here on the Soapbox Heroes channel on YouTube. You guys, let a couple people know what we're doing. Everybody who got into the live chat, thank you. We're going to try to grow this the way we did on Facebook. We're trying to get the people to come on over. Maybe we have a little more levity to do what we want to do here. And if they don't let us do what we want to do here, we're going to build our own site and do what we want to do there. This is Soapbox Heroes. My name is Tyrone Irvin. Anthony, one more time, tell the people where they can find you.
On Facebook, Anthony Rivers, and Child Support Reform USA is my page. You can hit me up on there anytime.
Anytime. All right, you guys. Thanks a lot. Catch us. We'll be here again tomorrow, 8 o'clock Central, 6 on the West, 9 on the East. Anthony will be debating Robert Kelly, not that Robert Kelly, on can the political system work for Black people? Once again, can the political system work for Black people? So can politics work for Black people? Let me make it basic. So we're going to be here, you guys. Come check it out. Jump in the live chat, you guys. Hit the subscribe button. Let some people know what we're doing. Again, we out of here. This is Soapbox Heroes. Peace.